Hello, 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 everyone. This is Eva with Stitching in the Interlake. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope you're all doing well. Well, despite my laryngitis, I am doing actually better. And the first, I would like to thank God for healing me and helping me deal with my depression. Is it 100% gone? I don't think so. Will it come back again? Probably at some point, but that's okay. Second of all, I would like to thank you all for your prayers. And thirdly, I would like to thank Carol from Diamond Painting Effect with Corey. She and I spent about 2.5, 3 hours chatting back and forth yesterday. We had kind of a stitching bitch without the bitching. It was just mostly stitching, and it was really kind of nice. So thank you, Carol, for helping me, and it really made the world of difference. So thank you. I am working here on Snow Goddess. And yesterday when I was talking with Carol, I finished off all this part in here. So now I'm working down in here. And I should be able to get most of this done today, if not all of it. And then I have some throughout that I have to do. Then I can start on another color. What that color will be, I'm not sure yet. So, but I'll find out. Another thing was, a lot of you have said that you believe that the stitching frame should come with clamps and that it was missing it. It doesn't. This one does not come with clamps. Okay, it does not. There are other ones that do. This one does not. Okay, it does not. There's another one, and it looks more like a Q-snap, and it's got like pink joints to it, and looks more like a Q-snap. This does not. This is more like somebody just kind of put it together, and it is just, do not waste your money on this. Okay, if you decide and you go, oh, I can't afford, I'll get this cheaper version, don't bother, because it is a total waste of money. Total waste of money. Now, could I use it? Probably. Will I use it? Perhaps. I don't know yet. I have to glue the joints, and I think that I need there's a specific glue for this, and I need that glue. Now, I will glue the base together, and I will glue the top part together, but I will not glue them both together. Okay, so that means I can take it apart and lay it flat. Okay, and that's what I want. I want to be able to lay it flat. So, yeah. And, so yeah. So, but just know that this one does not come with clamps. Okay? So, I know that there are others that come with clamps. This one does not. Okay? It is a cheap version, but I wanted to try it out and just to see so that you don't have to buy it. Okay? They should really just take it off the market, but you're going to get gullible people that will spend their money and then they're going to be disappointed. And it really, and I know it's for the table. I know that. It's not for on my lap. I got you on that. I know that. I just, because I don't have a proper table here, I set it on my lap. Okay? So I know all that. Alrighty. Another thing I wanted to touch on was that some of you may not know why I wear a head covering. Okay, why I always wear a kerchief. Yesterday I didn't have one on because I felt really, and there are occasions when I do not wear it because I just don't feel like anything on my head hurts. Putting my hair up hurts. Okay, and that is especially when I get migraines. But you can look this up yourself, and it's in the Bible in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, okay? And it talks about how it's the God commends us to remember in everything and maintain the traditions just as I handed them on to you. But I want you to understand that Christ is the head of every man, and the husband is the head of his wife, and God is the head of Christ. Any man who prays or prophesies with something on his head disgraces his head, meaning Jesus. But any woman who prays or prophesies with her head unveiled disgraces her head, which is her husband. And it is one and the same thing as having her head shaved. For if a woman will not veil herself, then she should cut off her hair. But if it is disgraceful for a woman to have her hair cut off or to be shaved, she should wear a veil. Okay? So it's right there, and it goes on a little bit farther, but you can read that up. Now, I know that there are some traditions who say, well, hair is a head covering, right? But it is not, that's something that's not, ordained by God. Okay. So, and then other churches believe that it should only be for when you pray or prophesy. Well, I don't know about you. I can pray at any point in time during my day. And not just when I'm in church or not just when I'm reading the Bible. I can pray at any given time. So that is the reason why I wear a head covering. You don't have to. I am just saying. I remember going to the Presbyterian church. That was my first church experience, was a Presbyterian church. And all the women wore hats. All of them wore hats to church. And that's kind of a takeoff on the veil. Now, I have chosen to wear a veil because even though I have no husband, because I'm a widow, I do have Christ as my head. So therefore, I follow along what the Bible teaches. And that is for me. For me, okay? I'm not saying for you. I'm saying for me. That this is what I prefer. And so in the Catholic tradition, it was that women would wear a veil, but only in church. Okay. And in Latin churches, or churches that go by the Latin rite, they are more likely to wear a veil. But it used to be that any Catholic church, that the veil would be part of. You were not really allowed to enter into the church proper without wearing one. Now, I know that has changed considerably. That is why nuns wear head coverings. That's why men do not wear hats in church. It's disrespectful. And, but a lot of women, they will still wear a veil to church. And I wear mine because I never know when I will pray. And the Bible teaches us to pray without ceasing. And also to prophesy. So it's, yeah. So that's why I wear my veil. Or kerchief. That's why the Amish, many Mennonite women, Hutterite women, all wear kerchiefs. Now, I know that some Mennonite women, they don't wear it at all anymore. That's fallen out of favor with some of them. But it's also that some just wear a little type of small beanie like this, and they call that a head covering. I'm sorry, I don't look at that as a head covering. I look at that as being like an accessory. You know, that you just want to, it's like a scrunchie or something, you know. Again, that's in my opinion. But it is totally, you know, it has to be between you and God. Right? So, but yeah. And it's like, for me, I believe in modest dressing. And that women should dress as women, not as men. And men don't dress as women. It is to show that there is a distinction, you know, between men and women. Now, I don't want to get into a debate on transgender and all our gender identity and all that. I don't want to get into that. None of that. And this isn't the place for it. I am just saying that for me, okay, this is how I feel. And the way I feel the best. So, now enough of that. So yeah, I am feeling much better. I'm not feeling as depressed. There is still always that it's there a bit. But it seemed like yesterday it reached ahead. And I get like that when I get my migraines. That it'll go, where it gets steadily worse and worse and worse and worse until I reach the tipping point when it's so bad, when it is so bad, and then it goes off. I'm not sure exactly why that is. I don't know. So, but that's the way that I am. I don't know if you all feel that. Where say your depression or anxiety or panic or borderline or bipolar or whatever it is. All right. So now tomorrow's video, I won't be doing it until after lunch because I have a video appointment with my new therapist tomorrow. So I'm rather looking forward to that. Well, I'm looking forward to it and I'm not looking forward to it. Because I know that there's going to be a lot of triggers tomorrow. Oh, I was going to say that I didn't even realize it yesterday, but yesterday was Bell Let's Talk Day. And for those of you that are not in Canada, Bell's Let's Talk Day is like all the month of January. I thought for some reason it was February, but it's January. That it's that they have it that you talk, tweet, whatever, video, whatever it is about mental illness. And I was not aware of that yesterday. But I still ended up talking about it. So it was just all kind of worked out well. But yeah, if you are dealing with any mental illness, any of them, and you are finding it difficult to cope, then I would say call someone. Talk to someone who knows and understands. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but here it is that if you are dealing with mental illness, that there is a phone number. Oh gosh, I'm trying to get comfortable here. It's sort of like the suicide prevention line or 911 or, something along that line, right? Where you can call and you can talk to someone. And I think that's great. Like they've done a really good job here in Canada. And Bell is like the phone company Bell. I remember way back when Bell, that was it. That was the only phone company that was around, was Bell. So, but yeah. So, yesterday was Bell Let's Talk Day. So, I unwittingly or unknowingly participated in that. So, yeah, but talk to someone. If you have a therapist and you're finding that it's difficult, talk to them. You know, if you have a very close friend that you can talk with, then talk to them. You know, and it's, Juliet hadn't been available yesterday, and so I ended up talking with Carol, and it was absolutely wonderful. Carol, thank you so much. Thank you so very much for listening to me, because it really made the world of difference that I could talk and you listened. And yeah. So you're never alone in this. Now I remember being, when my husband was alive, he didn't understand it, even though he himself suffered from mental illness. At the end of his life, he did. Right? He had depression and anxiety and panic and anger and rage and was extremely short-tempered. He would blow up. Oh my gosh. And with him, it would build and build and build and build and build. And then it would happen. But he would not talk. He would not talk about it. That's the one thing about his family, was that most of them were in denial. And nobody wanted to talk about anything. And, that they didn't understand that mental illness does not mean crazy, does not mean psychotic, though it can. But for the great majority of cases, it doesn't mean that you're going to go off and, shoot up the town meeting or something, or whatever it is, right? Or you're going to, I don't know, just whatever, right? But you couldn't talk to any of them, because they were all of them had their heads buried in the sand. And it was just, their way of dealing with things was not to deal with it, was to, just not deal with it, just not talk about it, not look at it, not anything, just ignore it, and it will, because if you do that, then it doesn't exist, right? And it doesn't, like which is terrible, because I don't think I really met anybody in that family that was you know, that you could talk to that would admit to anything, would, nothing. Nothing. And so my husband was exactly the same way. You know, he had no idea on how to help me or to help himself. Nothing. And I tried to help him, but he would just, it would be the same thing, like, I'll just go outside and work harder, and then it will miraculously disappear, right? So, but what I'm saying is that you can always talk with someone. There has to be someone that you know of that you can spend time with and talk to. Right? So I am going to wash my dishes. I am going to continue stitching today, but I want to go and I want to do a little bit of tidying up in the craft room because I feel like it. And because I want to get to the point where I can go, because I want to make some gnomes and I want to do some flat finishing. But I need my table in there to be able to do it. So, yeah. So otherwise, not much else is happening. It's a little bit of snow today. We're supposed to get 2 to 4 centimeters. Whether or not we get that, I don't know. I know Southern Ontario is supposed to get a lot. Thankfully, it's down there and not here. They can have it. But here it's only supposed to be a high of, I don't know. Alexa, what's the forecast?
Currently, in Eriksdale, it's -7 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect snowy weather with a high of -1 degrees and a low of -16 degrees.
Okay, so a high of -1. That's better than what my forecast was saying. I will take it. But it is supposed to get colder. I'm just hoping on Tuesday when we go to Stonewall that it's going to be a nice day. It's going to be a really nice day. I know the way that it is right now, they're calling for a high of -22 or something and sunshine. So I'm hoping it'll be warmer than that. But we're supposed to have overnight temps like -30. Ugh. We haven't had that since the beginning of December. Or November, whenever it was. So, but, yeah. So, yeah, I don't have much left here to do with this color. And that's good. Oh, I'm listening to my book, and oh, it's so good. 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 It's a book that I will listen to every few years. And what I think I will do is every time a new book comes out, I'll go back and start listening to it right from the beginning again. because it's that good. And if you're wondering what that is, the book, it is the, what series is it? It's a series, but I can't remember. But the first book is Outland, and and the second one is Earthside, and I will be starting. I'm not quite halfway done with Outland. It's my second time listening to it, and the second book in the series is Earthside, that just came out today. And then it's basically a quantum leap, quantum physics, time bending or existence bending idea. And oh, I'm enjoying it. If you like that type of book, and the narrator, Ray Porter is his name, he is awesome. He is absolutely awesome. And for those of you that like to listen to audiobooks, you probably know that it's the narrator that can make or break the book. And this is a narrator that absolutely makes this book. He is phenomenal. Oh, he knows how to put, put a spin on it. And I think his name is Dennis E. Taylor is the author. And he writes kind of with a bit of a quirkiness to it with the characters. And Ray Porter brings that quirkiness right out. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. He knows how to just put the right spin on it. And so if you really like that sci-fi, scientific, type of quantum mechanics, I hope this is in frame. I can't tell. Then please check and see if your library has it. Or go and get the book, the audiobook, from Audible or wherever. Scrib, I don't know, wherever else you can get it. So it's I highly 100% A plus recommend it. So yeah, so I'm not doing much of anything else. Tuesday we're planning, when we go to Stonewall, we're going to my doctor's appointment is at 12:15, and it is just a meet and greet. So I'm probably going to keep her. I'm just praying, oh Lord, please hear me, that she and I get along. You know, that we mesh better. Not everybody gets along with everybody. You know, and I've run into a few doctors. Not many, but a few doctors that I just cannot. Nope. We just don't. We do not mesh. So. But yeah, so thank you so very much for all your prayers, your concerns, your comments, your questions. Please remember, if you're just new here, that there is the dedicated Facebook group. Oops, sorry. Stitching in the Interlake. There is the dedicated email address, which is Stitching in the Interlake, all one word, at gmail.com. And there you can ask, you know, private questions or whatever. You know, if you've got a beef with me, if you've got, you know, whatever, then please just contact me privately. So, and please like, share, comment, subscribe. I have not worked on my Stitching with the Housewives January. I've been right into this. So I may just work on the rest of this color here, and then I may just pick that up and work on it. I'm not sure what else I'm going to do. Tomorrow I will probably get another month. So I have 3 months now already. November, December, and January. Not finished, of course. But, yeah. So, I'm waiting for, like, February to come out. I know that Priscilla was working on April, and April is finished. So, of course, it goes to the stores first. And then it will be available as a PDF. So, but, yeah. So, okay, well, I guess that's going to be it from here. I don't know how fast this is going to load. I have no idea. None. Last few days, it's been very slow. So, okay, let's turn this around and I will show you. Okay, so that's where I am. So I'm just going to work on these solid blues here. The one thing I don't like about this is that there's this other blue that's only a half of, it's only a triangle. So you got to be a little bit more careful. But it's probably around the same color line. So, yeah. So that's it. All right, everyone. So, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be well. May God bless you this day and every day. God loves you, and so do I. And so do those two. Can you see them? That's Lilybell and Sydney. And Jonah is up top. And yeah, he's not in the penthouse, but he's close to it. So, all right, everyone. Thank you, Jesus, for being my Lord and Savior. Thank you for saving me from my sins. Thank you for being there in my darkest and deepest moments. Thank you for loving me like you do. Thank you for dying on the cross for me so that my sins may be forgiven. And that is something I pray for all of you as well. All right, everyone, have a fantastic day. And I will see you tomorrow afternoon, not in the morning, in the afternoon. All right, everyone. Toodaloodles, everybody.